How do you handle repairs during a real estate transaction? Well, that is what I'm talking about today. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Nicole Bowdle, local real estate agent with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services in Park City, Utah. If you are new to my channel, I help buyers, sellers, investors, as well as provide local insights on what it's like to live, work, and play. So if that is content that you enjoy, then please consider hitting the subscribe button, give me a like, and drop a comment down below. So in today's video, I am going to be talking about 4 ways that you, as a buyer, can handle repairs as they come up during your due diligence. Our due diligence period is a point in the contract where we're under contract with the seller, and we call this our due diligence. And I have a whole video on your due diligence checklist. So if you're confused about what due diligence actually is, then make sure you check out this video because it actually goes over the entire form. Not only is a home inspection part of the due diligence, but anything that is of material concern to you as a buyer. This could be your commute time. This could be registered sex offenders nearby. This could be, is the zoning right for you? There are so many things that go into your buyer due diligence that you have to do during this period. Some of the most important factors come with your home inspection. We are really just inspecting the property to make sure that it's in good condition. I'm going to start with a little story. Let's say that you, buyer and seller, are under contract. During our home inspection, we have found out that there is radon in the home. Now, radon is kind of like an odorless gas. You do need to install a mitigation system in order to have it properly mitigated and fanned out of the home. You have to have a special detector to even be able to detect it, and there's actually a website and you can check it out. I'll drop it down in the description below, and it'll tell you what actually safe levels of radon are and what unsafe levels are, and obviously your home inspector knows all about this and can guide you as well. So what are options for having this fixed? Well, the first option is doing nothing, and this is obviously the least rewarding option for you as a buyer. You decide to remain under contract and avoid possible underwriting issues if you are getting a loan. This gives you ultimate control over who you'll be choosing to install the radon mitigation system, rather than asking the seller to install one and choosing the cheapest service out there. Second thing that you can do is that you can ask for a purchase price reduction. And this option really only lowers your monthly payment if you're getting a mortgage. This really helps you to avoid underwriting issues by choosing this option. And again, it gives you ultimate control as the buyer for choosing a company that will install the radon mitigation system for you. The third option you have is asking for closing costs. So basically, you're asking the seller for closing costs instead of asking for them to put in a radon mitigation system. You're receiving a tangible benefit since your closing costs, your out-of-pocket closing costs will actually be reduced. Again, you also avoid possible underwriting issues with the lender. And again, you get control over who installs the radon mitigation system. Your fourth option is to in fact go ahead and ask the seller to install the radon mitigation system. You decide to elect this option, then it's best to approach the seller verbally and try to have a verbal negotiation before you stick anything concrete in the contract. However, once you as the buyer and the seller agree to a resolution, then it must be in writing and it has to go into the contract. There are a number of ways that we can go about doing this. All the repairs will be written down and put in the contract, an addendum. However, a big red flag is that if you are getting financing and you have repairs in the REPC, this could greatly affect your loan amount that the lender is willing to give you. And if you don't have the cash to potentially cover the lender not lending you as much money because of the repairs that need to be made, then this might not be the best option to ask for. Once you come to a resolution about the seller making repairs, it has to go in the REPC. Otherwise, anything that is negotiated outside of the REPC, if the lender was to find out about it, it could be considered a double contract. Much of how we ask for repairs will be hinged on who your lender is if you are in fact using financing to finance a home. Again, no matter how clear it is in the contract of what needs to be repaired, is always a huge problem, and there is some subjectivity to repairs because the way that the seller repairs something is not the same way that the buyer would have repaired something, and maybe the buyer is not happy with the way that the seller chose to go about repairing it, or who they picked, Or, generally, let's be real. If something comes up in the contract, seller, and it's major, the seller's going to try to find the cheapest way to repair it. And you as a buyer probably don't want that. You want it repaired the way that you want it, and you want it right. In that sense, choosing option 2 or 3 would be better, just by asking for a reduction in purchase price, asking for closing costs to be, or you could even ask for a concession. Those are how you address that come up in the rep seat during due diligence that need to be repaired on a home. If you like this video, make sure you check out these ones next for more awesome, useful content.